Hi there, folks. Welcome to another episode of Michael in the Backyard. Well, let's see what the cats drug home this week. Well, this is the first time I've hauled a vehicle of any weight and distance with this old trailer. This isn't my new trailer. This is some old trailer that I picked up for $400 3-4 years ago. It made the trip. This vehicle comes in at about 5,000 pounds from looking it up on the internet. And I had to put jack stands under here to load it because the trailer went whoop, whoop. It has no support back here. So I ended up, Buddy and I ran to Harbor Freight, bought a couple of those jack stands, as it were, and was able to support the back end so I could drive it up on here. Here, the concrete's gonna kind of like do it for me. Oh, there we go. We'll get her unhooked and backed off of here. On the ground, here we go. Bad part about a trailer that has side rails, this ain't a car hauler because you can't swing the door open. There's only one way in and out for me. Goodness gracious. All right, we're back in it. Whew. All right, let's take a look at what we got here, and then I'll tell you the story behind it. It's a 2015 GMC Terrain SLE package. So not the fancy version, and I'm pretty sure not the V6 version. But it's in really good shape, really clean. Those are nice. Tires are like brand new. They still got the nubbies right here on the top. The guy I got it from says he's doubt it even has 30 miles on those tires. From the looks of it, I believe him. Let's go under here. Let's pop the hood. See what we got here. 5W30 Dexo soil needed. Ecotech. Don't know what that means. Definitely a 4-cylinder. Yep. Throttle position sensors right there. Got a lot of moisture in the cap there. Oil's full. Seems satisfactory. There again, this person that I got this from works from home, and I expected to see some moisture in the cap because he lives right in town. If he's only driving, it's a couple miles either way to wherever he's going. And I've had that same situation. If you don't drive it enough to burn the humidity and moisture out of the engine, you will get some of that white stuff here and there. Once you drive it a while, it burns it all off. Doesn't mean you have a head gasket leak. Just means you're not getting rid of all the condensation necessarily. Now this vehicle does start and run, but it has a lot of, it goes into limp mode after a short amount of time. So it's not perfect, that's what I'm saying. Let's fire it up and listen to it for a second and see what we can hear. I'm gonna set you right here. There's some metal here. Let's see what I'm gonna put the microphone out here under the hood too. Let's see what we can see and see what we can hear. Definitely got an exhaust leak somewhere underneath, somewhere between the engine and the tail pack. She starts up and idles right down like it should. We do have a few check engine lights on though, for sure. Or I should say a check engine light or two. It has, oh, let's get in here. It has this fuzzy thing around the steering wheel. I don't understand that at all. But let's see here. Whoa. Get our handle on the mic here. It's got service tire monitor system on it. It's got just over half a tank of fuel. Check engine lights on. Don't know what ECO is all about yet. Never had one of these, never played with one, never been around one. Wonder how you get out of that mode, huh? What do you think? I don't mind the interior. It's actually kind of comfortable. Power seat doesn't seem to work. That could be a problem for people. I could definitely stand to go back a little bit. So let's just leave it at that for now. Now the deal with this is this guy's girlfriend was driving it. He works from home. She works from work or whatever. She was driving his car and it went into a severe limp mode. And she pulled into an AutoZone, my understanding, and they ran a scan on it. It says, you need to get this to a repair shop soon as possible. So she took it to a repair shop. A big, reputable, okay, let's say a big dealer over in the city she lives in, near them. They brought it in, did some stuff, gave them a bill that says it's going to be about $4,500 to fix the car. And she's like, what? And he's like, let's just bring it home. I'm gonna junk it out. And I got wind of the information, right? What did I step in? Mud? I hope that's mud. That'd be nice if it was only mud. And anyway, he said, just gonna junk it out. So I told him that I'd give him $500 for it. And he's like, well, no. I think I'll put it on Facebook Marketplace, sell it as is. Why? That truck doesn't pull a small pickup as easy as my Jeep pulled this thing. Huh. Anywho, he says, he goes, well, I like to get the tires are like brand new, like I said. He goes, I'd like to at least get my money back out of the tires. So I told him through a buddy of mine, he was communicating, being the go-between. I said, tell him I'll give him $800 for it. He's like, oh, no, I need to get a little more than that out of it. So I said, well, told him, I said, go ahead and put it on Facebook Marketplace and see what you can get out of it, you know, and then when you can, great. If you can't, my offer still stands. So then, and this guy just doesn't want to, he's not a car guy. It's an A to B thing when he needs it, and that's it. Like I said, he works from home. So I told my buddy, I said, tell him that I will come pick up the car. I will see what I can do to fix it, and then I'll sell it, and I'll split the money with him. So here's his donation, right? My donation is going to be the parts and labor. So let's see how we can fare on this deal. I'm kind of excited about it. Actually, I think it's a nice looking vehicle. They're a very nice looking SUV. Have no idea. It has 132,000 miles on it, on this 4-cylinder. I have no idea what size 4-cylinder these are. If they're a 2.5 or 1.8, no idea. You saw exactly what I saw under the hood. I will be doing more research on this vehicle, and I will be doing more of what I can find out. Plus, I'll be putting my scanner on it to see what the engine codes are checking out as. One of the engine codes that the dealer had told them about was, you know, it showed up a timing chain, and the quote for replacing the timing chain is $3,000. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, okay, I've never done a timing chain before, but that won't stop me, right? But the other part that really bugs me about this, and this happens too often. So, and I'm ashamed of men that are willing to do this, and it literally pisses me off. I'm pretty sure, we'll find out if it's true or false, but the guy, the service manager at this dealer, said, well, here's my card. Here's a card you can call me after hours. I can do a better deal for you after hours. He's a service manager for a dealership, and I'm not sure if he's scamming or if he's just trying to make a better deal for himself outside of work and make more money on the side, using the place he works for as an avenue to do this. So there again, no names, no dealerships that I'm talking about, but I just want everybody, it's a come on people, please beware. I have a feeling, I was curious, I was almost tempted to go to this dealership, other than it's 50 miles away from me, and say, hey, I've got the trailered in, and go, hey, I got this car. Can you take a look at it and give me an estimate what it's going to take to fix it? And then come back to find out and see what they were going to charge me, a guy, versus a woman taking it in. And, you know, there again, being a woman that doesn't know a lot about vehicles or cars, and is she being taken advantage of? I don't know. But bottom line is, we do know what it was going to cost to get it fixed and running. We're also going to know what it's going to cost me to get it fixed and running by the end of this video. So tag along. This may be only a one-part video. It could be a multiple-part video. But we'll start diving in and see what we can do. I keep looking. I'm sorry, I should be looking at the camera, but I keep looking at it, going, things are running through my head. You see the gears. As you saw on a previous video, some of the whiteboard work I do and sketching. That's what's going on inside of this. You know, it never stops. It just keeps going and going and going. So we'll dive back into this, but first I got to go back in and finish the bucket so I can get this in the shop. So we'll be back when I'm pulling this into the shop. Stay tuned. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to make it as entertaining as possible. I also want to learn something about this, because just like my Impala, I did the transmissions are a known thing on the Impalas. The shift solenoids and stuff, I replaced that. That thing has gotten so many views and helped so many people make a decision, whether they wanted to work on it or take it someplace and tell them what to do to it or what. I have a feeling the same thing that's going on with this one happens on all maybe the Chevy Traverses and the GMC Terrains of this era. This is a 2015. It is 2023, end of 2023, coming up on 2024. 2024 vehicles are already out. So let's just call this vehicle 9 years old. And at this age range is when things start to happen. And it's got 132,007 miles. And we'll discover what is or isn't going on. This may help other people prevent from making the same mistake this lady made and this gentleman might have made by taking it to a, you know, this is definitely a second opinion situation. And in this situation, I'm the second opinion. I'm the person that's going to fix it. And then the whole deal is I'm going to sell it. So what he did for me is he signed over the title and a bill of sale to me so that I can pass it on along to the next person, the next lucky purchaser of this vehicle. I think I see where the water leak's at. It's midway of the car because I see a damp spot. Right now I'm looking out. Maybe you guys probably can't see it. Let me see if I can get my finger in the right spot. Let's get you closer maybe. It's right up there in front of the tires, a shiny spot on the concrete. That's where the exhaust leak's coming from. Just that little bit I ran it created a moisture in the system, or burning the moisture out of the system, and it's going to come out wherever there's a hole. Pretty sure I can narrow down where that leak's at now pretty quick. But not doing it out here where it's 35 degrees and the wind blowing in my face. We'll get into a nice warm shop. What did I step in there? Oh, that mud doesn't have a good color. No, siree. Of course, I don't know. It's so bad around here. I've been digging in the backhoe, and I got clay that I've been digging in, and it drops it in the yard, and then we step all over it, and I just don't know if it, and I don't want to smell it. I guess once I get in the shop, I'll know, won't I? It'll be like, okay, who pooped in my shop? All right, back in the shop. We'll see you in the future when I pull it back in here and I got this bucket thing done. And you will have already seen that video, I'm sure of it, if you're following my channel at all. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be back in a jiffy. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I know it's only been a couple of seconds for you guys, but it's been about 2.5, almost 3 weeks since I brought this GMC Terrain home. Remember, it's a 2015. Got some issues. According to the dealership, again, timing chain. It needs a timing chain. And I'm going to get the quoted piece of paper out, and I'm going to show this piece of paper to you guys. I'll cover up the name here, but here's what it shows for a total. This is what they paid, which is $163.90 to have their car looked at, which that's fine. But then the $3151.43 and the $555.03. And what it says right here, that's the little bit that's got going on. It shows 40 ENG, the code 40 ENG. I scanned this, I got a P0010 code. That's it. And it says timing chains, 40 ENG, intake manifold removal and cleaning. And then 0 MB2, mountain balance 2 tires. This guy just had 4 brand new tires put on, not at the dealership. So why does 2 tires need to be mountain balanced? It's like they were trying to add to the list to make it look like it's worth what they're going to charge somebody. 20, body system, check engine light is on. Yeah, check engine light's on because something's wrong. Front wheel drive seal damp. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can handle a lot of damp for a little bit of, if it's going to cost me a lot of money. What they're saying, the drive shaft seals will get tired. They will get a little damp. We'll look at that later on in the video. But deferred services prices are just subject to change. So here we're talking $3,700. Yeah, $3,706.46 is what they wanted to charge to repair this vehicle. Plus, they already charged $163 to look it over. Then they print out this fancy sheet that says preventive maintenance time or mileage recommended, brake fluid, all this different stuff. They got all these check marks and all these stuff, battery inspection, exterior light inspection. You can walk around your own car and look at your damn lights. Wiper washer inspection. It's full to the top. Washer fluid with some blue crap. If you're not using Rain-X, you're doing it wrong. Air filter inspection. Not replace, inspection. Visual leak. Notes, exhaust leak. Yep, I can hear that one. What else we got here? Tire measurements. Left front 10, right front 10, left rear 10, right rear 10. Note, TPMS light on. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Power steering fluid. You know, this is just all the. There's an advisor. It's got his name here. Won't disclose that. And you got the tech's name. First name, an initial. What's this? Name. So this is the name of the person that brought it in. I won't show you guys that. With their zip code and phone number and stuff. You got the VIN number here. But yeah, we're getting ready to dive in. That's some continued history on what's going on there. Anyway, like I said, they wanted to charge this lady a whole lot of money. And we're going to find out if that was warranted or not, because I'm a little worried that the dealership's up to no good. We'll roll you guys right over here next to the car. Now we're in the engine bay. Something else I wanted to show you real quick, which I thought was kind of strange. Now I just pulled this in the shop last night. And right here, there's some moisture right here coming out of this thing. And it's dripping water. Water literally running out of it, which I thought was kind of weird. But it's also been running weird for a little while now. So we're going to go ahead and pull this cover off, which takes one screw right here, clamp. Let's take this clamp off. So this rubber piece can come off. There's supposed to be another clamp. Yep, right down here. Right below the throttle, right above the throttle body. I'm out here in the wee hours of the morning before work because I want to get this check done to see if I can pick up some parts while I'm in town to service this guy. There, that's off. There's some little clampity doodads back here that just pop off. Oh, let go. There, that piece is out of our way. Looks like just a little bit of a reservoir right here that moisture's collecting in. Ecotech. And then this cover here, pull this. Obviously somebody hasn't been careful when they're pouring their oil in here because they got oil mess all around here. This should just pop off. This should just pop off. Come on. What a mess that made. Now when somebody tells you your timing chain, 132,000 miles are on this vehicle. Somebody tells you your timing chain is bad at 132,000, get a second opinion. Now right here, let's see if I can get some better light in here on this situation. Here's what we're after right here, these two guys right here. So what you're looking at there is called a camshaft position actuator circuit. Solenoid circuit, doohickey. The way to check it is we're going to pull this little plug off, loose. Come on, how does it come out of there? Every time I mess with these, I'm always worried I'm gonna break it. Got a little keeper in there, it looks like, maybe. Once you pull the keeper out, then you can squeeze this and pull that loose. This has got 2 prongs in there. Yeah, I got it out without breaking so far. We got that one out. A little squeeze, and a little pull. These are 2 different colors. This is kind of a gray color, this is a black color. This is your intake one, this is your exhaust. We'll just keep those like that so we don't mess up and forget where to go. Okay. Now we're gonna ohm out these 2. And this should be between 7 and 13, I believe, is the number you're looking for. 120. Well, I get nothing on that one. And I usually get 60 to 70, 63 on that one. Why can't I get anything out of this one? Maybe it's just that shot. I'm getting nothing out of that one. So I'm getting too high and nothing. And that sure as heck ain't between 7 and 13. So we're gonna say that's our culprit. Throw in the code for sure. It's verified by my meter. We'll go ahead and put this cover back on here to keep any garbage out of the oil. We're gonna blow this clean down here. Just don't want anything getting down in our engine. Looks like maybe a 10mm bolt. Should say 10mm socket. Yep, score 1 for the big guy. We'll set the bolts out over to the side here because as we're wiggling and pulling these out, I don't want to accidentally drop it down in the motor, which could happen. I don't know what's underneath these things. First time I'm working on something like this, guys. Now, I'm not a mechanic by trade. I'm certifiable, but I sure as heck ain't ASC EFBR certified. Now, from what I researched, that you're supposed to replace these in pairs anyway, because if one's bad, the other one, you know, probably isn't far behind. Now the question is, can I get on that and wiggle it? Give it a little wiggle, and a lot of pull. There we go. Just an O-ring holding it in. Oh my goodness. Look at the trash around this screen. Where is that grit coming from? Looks like a screen around this thing for a good reason. That's not good. Didn't take a lot of force to get it out of there. Just twist it first, if you can. Give it a little wiggly back and forth. Then all you're fighting is the O-ring. There. What kind of mysteries we got around this one? Look at the trash. How's that much grit getting in the system? Wowzer. Put a little paper towel edge over those holes to keep anything from getting in there while I'm not here. So now that we've got these out, I want to, just for fun, let's pen them one more time here just to see. Now this one I can get. I got that the first go round, then I got 60, so that just tells me things are wacky. Like 137, 121. That's the intake one. On this one, I just can't get anything out of it. Now, if I touch these together, at least I get 0, right? But I'm getting nothing. That's kind of strange. Well, at least we know these two are definitely a culprit of being bad. And the debris, the amount of garbage on this screen It's staggering because this is oil's flowing through here. How is that nasty? Well, we'll start there. We'll get these two pieces. We'll go pick them up at my local store today. Now, some of the stuff I was experiencing with this car, you know, they said it was going into limp mode. It was actually just not running worth a darn. I started it up last night to pull it inside. The thing fires, that's what's crazy when it's cold. It fires right up and it goes high idles and drops to low idle. After about, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 seconds or so, starts dropping down. A frog in my throat. But by the time I pulled it around the yard and up to the shop, it started just shuddering really bad and staggering. And, you know, well, the variable, guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is Chevy's version of the VVT like the Toyotas have, the variable valve timing. I don't know how it works. It's a mystery to me because I'm not that experienced with this stuff. But a quick Google search, a quick YouTube University search, and discovered what this code is and how to check these, 30 minutes worth of my time researching that to kind of confirm that this could be it. Came out the next morning. You guys see what you see here, what I've discovered. And when you hear the mechanics on the YouTube, not this sensationalistic kind of guys, these guys that are they can be a little dry, a little boring like me, but they know their stuff and dives right in and shows you this. And when they say, you hear the word common problem come up, there's a good chance that it could be that. Now, yours might be the unicorn that might have another issue. I'm not going to say that couldn't be the case, and we'll find out if this fixes this one. But we got to get it running right. And once we get it running right, we'll drive it around a little bit, and then we'll. I want to warm it up, change the oil because I'd be curious what kind of filter they're running in there. Because you know me, I'm going to put a Wix back in there. I'm not sure what filter's in there right now, but we might actually have to cut that filter open and just take a look-see inside to see what's in there. But otherwise, like I said, it starts and runs great at first, and then starts and it will almost die. You go to back up and it'll die. But anyway, probably this is the problem right here. Computer, this thing's all run by computer, and the computer gets a bad signal, bad information goes in, bad information comes out, engine won't run, check engine light comes on, and like I said, I ran the scanner on it last night, and this was the only code that came on. But I'm also getting a TPS sensor warning and stuff like that. So throttle body, we're probably going to maybe look at that and clean that up a little bit too. But we're going to start here. We'll be back with some new parts, then we'll check the new parts, and then we'll install. If they're good, we'll install them, and we'll go from there. Okay, folks, we're back out here on the GMC Terrain. You guys are only gone, I was only gone for a second and a half, but we're 2 days later now. Day and a half, 2 days later. As you can see here, the old VVT solenoids. Here's the brand new ones. We're going to install those. And this disgusts me. So this gentleman had taken his car in, whether he took it in or his girlfriend took it in, I'm not sure which on that point. But these tires have 30 miles on them. Apparently, when they did the tire change, they also did the oil change. And if the oil change, you assume filter change, right? This disgusts me. Look at this filter. This is the filter I just pulled out of there. This is what a new one looks like. This is the kind of oil coming out of that filter. And then I'm going to show you down the bottom of the reservoir. And I could be all wet about this, but I've changed oil my whole life. And I pull the dipstick out, and the oil isn't this black after 30 miles. Now I'm right down in here. This is where the oil filter goes. I'm going to reach my hand down here in the bottom and just kind of run my fingers around the bottom of that thing. And look at that. That oil, I don't know what kind of oil it is, but it certainly shouldn't be that black 130 miles. Ridiculous. We're going to go ahead and put the filter in, and then I'll jack it up, drop the oil out of the bottom. I got a brand new, I'm putting this, I normally run Mobile 1. As you can see here, I've got a lot of Mobile 1, but I didn't have any Mobile 1 5W30. I got some full synthetic Napa 5W30 here, Dexos. My understanding is that, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but that Napa oil is Lavalier? Not sure. So don't quote me on that. But anyway, we're going to get the oil filter back in here. It's going to require, it requires a special tool I have on order, but I was able to get this one out without the special tool. It's like a shallow head. Wow, that's chewed up. A shallow head, 22 millimeter with a swivel bolt, a swivel head socket to put it in. We'll put it back in like that, and then we'll keep moving forward. We'll get these valve camshafts, solenoid pieces put back in, oil changed, and then we'll fire it up and see if the problem has gone away. We hope. All right, let's get in here. Let's get in here and get it done. And then we'll jack it up. Like I said, when I jack it up to drain the oil, I'd love to drain the oil while it's hot, but when I see stuff like this, when I saw what those valves look like, how disgusting they were, I don't want to circulate any more than I have to. We'll drain it. Good chances are I'll drain it. I'm going to drive this car for a week, and then I'll change the oil again. But I'd be curious to see how my oil change looks after 30 to 50 miles. I'm pretty sure it ain't going to look like that. That is, unless this engine is just disgustingly dirty inside. All right, just like that, we got the oil filter in and we got the two solenoids back in. Now we're going to jack the car up and get this oil out of here. I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't look like... And I'll make a correction statement if I find out tomorrow if this is true or not, but that's a very intense bright light behind this. As you can see, there ain't no light going through that oil. That oil is black as the devil's soul if it had one. That's just so disappointing that people get taken like this. My goodness. Let's put some good stuff back in her. Let's see what color this is. Oh wow, gold. Liquid gold, not black. I think before we put this back fully connected in place, I'm going to go ahead and check the air filter. Because if the service has been as well performed on it as the rest of it, it's not going to be pretty. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. We're going to have to get a new air filter. But I want to fire this thing up, so we're going to put this back in place for just a moment. We won't tighten it all the way down. All right, let's fire it up. We'll leave the mic out here on the car. So the exhaust leak is on the muffler from what I was checking down there, which is but the engine sounds pretty quiet. I'll put her back on the ground. See if she'll actually drive. A little higher. A little bit higher. Now, I will admit, it's not running as smooth as it possibly should be, but that can also be, my hunch is it probably has the original spark plugs in it. But let's see if it'll actually get out of the yard and go. It already wouldn't do what it's doing right now after running this long. So we might be on the healing side of things. We just got a little more work to do. Yeah, that muffler's got a split in the side, which makes her sound terrible. I know you guys can't see me, but well, boys and girls, I just took this thing out for a test drive for about, I don't know, let's call it 15 miles, roughly, and runs fine. Good thing we installed our new timing chain, because now it's fixed. Unbelievable. Well, I want to do the spark plugs in it because this thing is, actually I had the mileage wrong. It's got 132,800. There's a real good chance the spark plugs have never been touched in this thing. And I'll tell you why, because I ran my car, my personal car, to 124,000 miles on the original plugs. And because typically, like mine's got a V6 in it, it came with the Iridium plugs. They're supposed to be changed out at 100,000. And you know me, I'm always monitoring my miles per gallon, and I never saw that degrade. I never saw the car start hard. I never heard the car or felt the car run rough. Started easy. And when I replaced the plugs, it ran exactly the same. But I put the original, I think they were AC Delco plugs back in it. Paid the money up, paid up for them, got the right thing. But I think I want to do plugs in here. The bad part about these vehicles is they do not have a dipstick for the transmission. And they do not have, I couldn't find, I'm going to do some more research. Like I said, I don't know much about these cars. Wow, look at that. The oil looks, surprisingly clean. It still needs to be driven more. Yep, we're in the zone. Needs to be driven more to kind of burn out the moisture in the engine, because it's been, I'm sure, driven short distances, and it's been started up, shut off, started up, shut off when it's cold out, and just engine can condensate. But everything else looks great. Yeah, we're going to look at the spark plugs. It definitely has a split in the muffler that's annoying. It's on highway speeds, it's not bad. It's just like a brrr. It's just, four cylinders sound terrible. They need to be quiet. The brakes actually work really well. I'm really happy with those. But anyway, well, where is the... How do you get to the radiator cap? Is there a radiator cap? Where's the radiator fill? I just don't know. What's this? Never open hot. Bet that's it. Looks like it's full. All right, folks, it's been a few days later. And as y'all know, these videos take sometimes a few weeks to create. We're going to take the old GMC Terrain, bada boom, bada bing, out for a spin. It's been, we'll check the odometer, and oh, co-pilot's already in the car. I'll have her man the camera for me. We'll look at the trip, and we'll see. Let's hear it start. Fires right up. Drive with possible, ice possible, drive with care. Quick, no music, don't want to get demonetized. Check the menu. We've been averaging 27.3 miles per gallon. What?
Can't see it.
Can't see it? Well, the folks trust me. They can take my word for it.
Can't see.
There you go. That's an average for the last 50 miles. Fuel economy average, it says here, 25.4. Fuel range, 320. We've gone 100.8 miles so far. Now, we're taking it out for a drive because I want to warm it up real good. Then I'll get it back in the shop, and I'm going to do another video, a separate video, of changing the transmission fluid in this thing. And yes, I could put all that in one video, but sometimes the videos can be a little shorter if I'm just covering one topic, plus people that are searching for one topic. You know, my channel is all about trying to help other people get things done right and teaching them how to do it, for instance. And that's what we're doing. So that's why that'll be a separate video. But we'll take another look at this one once we get it back. We'll have 100 some miles on it, over 100 miles on this thing. Let's see here. Because when I reset this oil life management system, now when I changed the oil on this, it had 95% oil life. I reset it when I changed the oil, and you guys saw how black the oil is and stuff. This was at 98%, and it might be a waste, but I'm going to go probably 98%, maybe a little lower. Then we'll put new oil in it again and a new filter, because it seemed pretty disgusting in there. So we want to make it right. But yeah, we'll be back when we're in the shop. Well, folks, the old 2015 GMC Terrain runs like a champ. I mean, it actually runs really, really well now. Now, the exhaust, the muffler being split, makes a low-pitched tone that vibrates things even, because it's like a bass at that point. But we'll be working on that in the future, maybe in a future video. We'll see. But bottom line, in summation, I just want everybody to, it's a buyer beware situation. If you're going out and get service work done, this is service work beware, so to speak. Don't be afraid to get a second opinion. Don't be afraid to arm yourself with a little bit of information. Don't be taken for granted, or don't be taken advantage of unnecessarily. You gotta protect yourself a little bit, because the problem is there is evil out there. There are people that will do the wrong thing on a real regular basis. But there again, this is, you know, funny thing, I just had a dealer call me this morning and ask me about this vehicle because I was doing some inquiries on it. And he said, yeah, we have to deal with that kind of, you know, with one dealership being a worm in the apple, so to speak, hurts the rest of the dealers out there that are actually trying to do a good job and do a good service and provide, you know, quality vehicles and good service for people out there. And it takes one to ruin it for everybody. And then everybody just don't like dealers, don't like dealing with dealers. My journey without dealing with dealerships started when I was 16 years old. And I avoid service work, people working on my stuff like the plague. I avoid it like the plague. I just took it upon myself to learn and teach myself how to do things. And this is what brought me to where I'm at today. But yeah, this thing runs really, really good. I currently have 140 miles on this repair. No issues. Starts, runs, drives. Does everything 100% like it's supposed to. Fixed. That's all I got to say about that. You're gonna see another, like I said a little bit ago, you're gonna see me do a video on changing the transmission fluid while it's good and hot. I'm gonna do that now. And how to do that. I'm gonna also do the spark plugs. I'll do another video on how to do the spark plugs. And then we'll probably do just some general repair video on it, doing we'll do the air filter, which is not a big deal, obviously, and we'll do the exhaust and see how it sounds like before and after. So you'll see a series of videos done for this particular vehicle. I'm right now in the middle of waiting, and you guys that follow the channel know that I've been working on Big Mo. I haven't forgot about Big Mo. Check this out. Ooh-wee. Brand new hydraulic cylinders. I got 2 of them. Now, the problem I run into is the tie rod ends. These guys here, trying to find the right ones. I ordered some with this. It's around on the other side of the shop. I got to send them back. I'm sending them back. I bought it all together. Said it fits a 550, but clearly not this 550. These are way too big on the end here. I need a 5/8 18 thread to fit inside those cylinders. So this pair came with the cylinders. Didn't come with the cylinder. Bought them separately with the cylinders. And I ordered the other pair that's coming in. It's coming in USPS. I didn't realize I was ordering it from another supplier on eBay. And they may be the right size. They may be the exact same problem I got here. So the saga continues a little bit on getting steering back under Big Mo. But I got O-rings. Got O-rings here to go that fit these fittings here. And these 2 here, I got new O-rings for that. And that's pretty much all I needed for that part of it. But yeah, these cylinders look nice. They're clean. They're just bare metal. So we're going to take the opportunity on this and degrease them really good and get us some yellow paint on them so that when the other parts do show up, I'm ready to go back on the tractor with them and get that tractor going because I got a lot of work to do. All right, I appreciate everybody that's bared with me so far this video. I appreciate everything you guys do, your comments, your likes, subscribes. Don't be afraid to share in the comments your dealership problems. I had one guy, it's weird how this has come about because I had one guy leave a comment in the video, rather long comment, very nice comment very well worded, let's put it that way. I guess the guy had a pickup truck, let's just call it was a pickup truck, I believe. He had went in and marked the engine. And I don't know what town it was in, but it was in a town near him. And there was 2 car places in town to get your car fixed. Well, people had known or thought that this guy had been doing some, let's just call it evil mechanics work, right? And so he went and marked his block, his heads, and several different things identifying the engine that was in the vehicle. He also intentionally, this is somebody that went above and beyond to try to out somebody. And I commend them for doing that because evil needs to go away. He had taken the head gasket and actually created a head gasket problem. knew that it was a head gasket problem, right? So he takes it into these guys. These guys say, you need a new engine. And he goes, sure, go ahead and put a new engine in for me then. So then he took it in and they put a new engine in, and he gets it back. And guess what? It has all the same markings on it. They never replaced the engine. They replaced the head gasket on that one side, and that's it. And then charged him for a brand new engine. Needless to say, that particular automotive place went out of business almost immediately because there again, they were scamming people. And I tell you what, when it comes to internet scams, people scamming people and stuff like this, people making scam deals, fraudulent things, boy, hopefully there's a special place for those guys. But enough of my soapbox. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Stay happy, stay cheerful, and let's hope 2024 is a banner year. We've had a lot of stuff go on over the last 3 to 4 years, and things are going to continue to happen. Curveballs are going to continue to come at us. It's how you handle the curveballs and how you handle the crisis in life determines what kind of character you have. So stay above board, do the right thing for other people, pay it forward when somebody pays it forward to you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.